Hey guys, Stephanie here. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Okay, so I wanted to play this for you guys real quick. I was just in my kitchen putting some dishes away, trying to get my dogs to bed. Remind you, my videos have been like so late because I have teenagers. It's the summer, and I have a German Shepherd puppy, and an old German Shepherd, and a little Chihuahua and a Shih Tzu. It's kind of like crazy zoo shit in my house, like all the time. I actually thought like I'll just put cameras everywhere. I'll end up being like bigger than the Kardashians. It's like literally. In order for me to actually be able to sit down and focus and do anything, I have to wait until everybody's asleep. But anyways, so I appreciate you guys. Make sure you watch to the end and listen to this. Hold on, I suck at this. God, I so suck at this. All right, here, I'll do it like this.
Unknown to the players, Facebook tracking software embedded into the program enabled the Russians to identify who they were.
Hold on.
And suddenly they and their Facebook friends began receiving a steady stream of
Hold on, I wish I could make it bigger.
Unknown to the players, Facebook tracking software embedded into the program enabled the Russians to identify who they were. And suddenly they and their Facebook friends began receiving a steady stream of anti-Clinton posts that were actually created by the Russians. More than 150 million Americans were exposed to the Russians' psychological operation. Since whether a person decides to vote and how they vote can never be traced to a specific attempt to influence them, the impact on the election will always remain uncertain. But what is certain is that the Trump campaign's use of social media to test and then deliver the messages most likely to get his supporters to go to the polls worked brilliantly. On election day, Trump overcame his deficit in every major poll and became president of the United States. Thank you.
Okay, that's where I stopped it. Okay, so if you listen to the rhetoric, all right, these people, sorry, I'm in like my comfy jam clothes. Okay, so if you listen to their rhetoric, they're now flipping the tables. They're saying everything they did to Trump, actually, Trump did it to Hillary Clinton. Like, these people are straight up narcissists. Like, they're a sociopathic narcissist. And people are just like, oh. And I'm sitting here like, what? I'm like shocked that I'm hearing this on the TV. And then again, I'm like, how could I be surprised? Like, seriously, who could honestly be surprised at this point? Unless you're like one of these people. So, to anyone who still doubts the FEMA camps, as well, of course, it's just a conspiracy, but you already hear people like, um, you know, lock up the anti vaxxers, do this to them, do that to them. Then it's, conservatives need to be in re education camps. And, the non vaxxers are the reason why, like, the Delta variant is going around and this and that. If you pay attention, it's all going toward one group of people. And what I find very odd is, I wonder if the people that are pushing this, if they got their vaccines, if they've been socially distancing, if they've been, following all this. Because, you know, I find it very odd that last year I told my friend to look up how many people they were hiring in San Francisco because she lives there. And asked her to look up how many people they were hiring for the health department and contact tracing and all that. And she was like, oh my gosh, it's like by the thousands. Yeah. Okay, so when you think these FEMA camps are a joke, they're not. It's coming. Like in South Africa right now, do you see what in Cuba? In Cuba, they're literally ripping kids out of their houses and forcing them to join the army to go against their own people. In South Africa, the same thing. every country is in a total uprise against this global new world order agenda. And the only ones on this planet who still don't get it, like, hello, McFly, are you fucking home? Is Americans. Because you've been so brainwashed by your feelings are facts. Everybody gets a trophy. You're all winners. You shouldn't have to pay for your college education. Everything should be free. You should just do what we say. Just do what we say, or we're going to shadow ban you. We're going to get you fired. And we're going to basically all of the crap they say they supported. Okay? Do you realize that they only manipulated, exploited, used, and abused those people to further a political agenda and then dropped them off to the curb like nothing? You know, and then Stormy McDaniels coming out and saying that she never even had an affair with Trump. It was a lie. It was all a lie. Where's the media? Nope. Totally quiet. Nobody says anything about that. Nothing. Nothing. These FEMA camps are for real, but I'm just glad, like, you guys who watch my videos, we'll be in there together. We'll be like, what's up? Until we're too starved and hungry to where we can't do anything. Because actually, in the law books, it says if you're a prisoner, then you are forced into slavery legally. If you're a prisoner of the government, they can legally force you into slavery. So when you think of this like whole BLM thing and, you know, all the stuff they're pushing for and this whole like LGBTQ thing, you have to and like Bill Gates buying up all the land and like all this other crazy stuff going on, you have to honestly like see on the news, all they keep pushing is like COVID numbers and this and that, but it's like, if it was that deadly, we would all be dead. Like, Taco Bell was open. If somebody can bring food to my house, or, I mean, it's just, there are secret societies. There are elitists, okay? And they are at war with each other. And, you know, we're just here. So instead of like, you know, attacking people in the store because of your race and all that kind of stuff, maybe you should be like, dude, I don't even really know that person. I don't know. None of us know each other. But we're so quick to label each other, hate each other, you know, troll each other, you know, talk shit to each other, beat each other down, make fun of each other. Well, no, there are certain groups that need to be made fun of because that's just like, you know, it's human nature, you know? Like, if something says, don't touch this, we were just like, I just have to touch it. But I'm that type of person. Like, I'll walk by a bush, and even at my age right now, I'm like, I'll walk by a tree, and I gotta pick a leaf off. I don't know why, but I do it to bushes, too. Like, anything, I have to, because I'm not supposed to. But I've always gone against it. Because to me, it's like, who are you to tell me, like right now, the Biden administration is saying that, oh my God, it's so disturbing too. Because when I read this, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Biden administration to monitor private communication calls on SMS carriers to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messaging. So you remember when everybody was like, they're not going to come to your house. They're not going to make you get a vaccine passport. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. They're not going to kick people off the internet. They're not, no, that would never happen. Well, all that stuff happened. It's happening now. You literally have local news channels and the FBI telling you if your family member or friend is too far right, they're an extremist, and you should call us and let us know. let us know, please. Because, oh my God, it's just fucking disturbing. Why does the government, like, no. Doesn't matter how I feel about the vaccine, whether I like it or not. No matter what I think, no matter what my opinion is, if I'm texting a friend or a family member, or I'm just talking, like, or venting, how can you report me for that? For what? Wrong thinking? And people think it's still about them. They're literally saying that now social media is going to be weaponized against anybody. It could be anybody. Right now it's toward, conservatives, white people, whatever their agenda is right now is who they're targeting. But it can so easily come around to you. Just like we see in like Hollywood and all these other things where karma, it comes back tenfold, bam! Like, what was that soccer chick with the purple hair? I can't stand her name either. I think I like blocked it out because she annoyed the shit out of me because she was such a freaking just dick, She's not humble, modest, no gratitude. Ropel or Megan Ropel, I don't know. So she made a bunch of tweets talking shit about Asians. Just like the Olympic weed smoking girl. She was saying how Lil Nas, any nigga that wears pink is gay as fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I literally just quoted what she said. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not using the N word. I'm literally just quoting what she said on her Twitter, which is available. Go do your research. So it's funny because this stuff will all come back to bite them in the ass. But yet, I don't see anybody doing anything about it. Like, for what's right. I don't. So you have to ask yourself, okay, we've all sat back for how many years and we've watched all this go down, right? Now we got a door-to-door campaign for vaccines. They're bribing you with money. Johnson & Johnson, just came out with a serious side effect with one of their vaccines. Not only that, but their sunscreens gave you cancer. So did their talc powder. Johnson, that is a known fact. That is not misinformation. That is not a conspiracy algorithm. That is a fact. Johnson & Johnson talc powder gave women cancer. Now they're saying Johnson & Johnson sunblock gave people cancer. It's a pesticide they put in it. And then now they're having problems with their Johnson & Johnson bajaba, But, it's way safer to get that. Really? Are you sure? Are you sure, big guy? Because you do it first. You do it first. And how about I sit back for 6 months and just watch what happens to you, okay? Because, quite frankly, anybody who has to push something so hard, not only that, but they're coming out and saying what could happen, and it's happening in a lot larger numbers than they're reporting. And then Johnson & Johnson just comes out with another thing with their sunblock. It's all over the news, causing cancer after their talc powder. But, emergency use vaccines, totally safe. Don't question it. They never do anything wrong. That's why they have full liability if something happens to you. You're having a stroke when you drive? Don't worry. Pfizer, all of them, they've got you. You've been punked. No, they don't. They have immunity. All of them do. Just like, remember when Bill Gates made that comment about, like, they'll learn the second time, the second wave around. If you pay attention to other countries right now, they're locking them all back down because of these variants. And here in Houston, all they're doing is talking about it. Well, I'm a Sugar Land, but Houston's like right outside. Sticks to my bra. This shirt sticks to my bra. So weird. But anyways, it's like one of those. If you have like a lace bra with this kind of material, it just sticks. But anyways, so who's pushing what, and for how long? Oh, fucking forgot what I was gonna say because I was messing with my shirt. Hold on, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, but it's like, you know how your parents told you nothing is for free? If it sounds too good to be true, it is. You know, you can't be afraid of everything in life. You know what? Because just like those people in Venezuela, people in Cuba, people in London, all over the world, right? They are having, for real, life struggles and starving, and people are committing suicide, doing all this kind of stuff because of, you know, a global communist takeover by elites that are sadistic and satanic. So anybody who's about God, they shut you down. I mean, if you really, really, really get into it, you realize, holy crap, man. A lot of it has truth behind it. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I hate when I do that. I do it all the time, though. Like, my nickname is Dory from, like, Finding Nemo. I always have, like, that short-term memory shit. But what was I talking about? Oh, this guy right here. Okay, so a year ago, okay, the United States to implement concentration camps. Okay, so I'm going to go to that video on YouTube right now. They won't even let you, I mean, you literally, oh my gosh, they make it impossible. They make it really hard. You literally have to type it in word for word or go to the person's website, and then they put like this immediately before it shows any videos. It goes all to their, I know it's so bright, right? All to their warning stuff. But okay, remember when they passed bill like HR 666 and all these other bills, and then this guy right here, Dwayne, I forget what
There are many
state he
unknowns when you
was
become a
in.
mom. But if you're experiencing
Ohio,
symptoms
Ohio.
like
He
anxiety,
denounced it and said it was a rumor, it's a myth. Okay, yeah, I don't know about that. Damn, where did I put it? Because this guy says it, I mean, word for word, what they're gonna do. It's just, to me, it's insane. Because it's like, wow, like, people just say it like that. Okay. It's like, shit. Like, what else are we not hearing? What else are we not seeing that's literally right in front of our eyes? You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, it is all in front of our eyes. We just choose to see what we want to see. And we choose to unhear what we don't want to hear. Because a lot of this stuff is disturbing. It really is. And here we go. This was a year ago, by the way.
One of the things in terms of hospital capacity that's going to be really important is a really good learning from China that we got from the World Health Organization team that went there.
From China.
Is if we have communities where we have enough capacity where we can put people who are positive with COVID-19 and have them be exclusively reserved for individuals who are positive for COVID-19. This reduces our need to try to protect patients from other patients because they're all positive already. We need to protect our healthcare workers and our service workers in those facilities. This gives us reduced burden on personal protective equipment, but it also can give us greater capacity as we put field medical shelters up, as we consolidate into single facilities, as we don't need individual rooms, negative airflow, isolation, etc. A vastly more efficient utilization of our healthcare system. This is all part of the planning work that we've done and are promulgating throughout our healthcare system. So that's our strategy. We're going to keep building that capacity, though.
Very good.
So basically, there's a lot of legislation that says, you know what? If you're not vaccinated, you're a threat to the public. And because the government is giving you checks, they absolutely have the right to know if you've been vaccinated. Okay? Just like Biden said, if you're not vaccinated, you don't get your food stamps, you don't get your government aid, nothing. What? I mean, seriously? I mean, these people, the only reason why everything went down the way it did is because they handled it wrong. Okay? They took this as like a power grab. This is bio warfare. Okay? But now they're going to say, well, because of all the money we had to spend on stimulus, if we have the right to know if you're vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated, then we're going to take all of you and put you in one large facility. You heard them, right? Kind of like a big prison camp. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he's saying we're building these things, just in case. We saw the dry run. Bill Gates, already did they'll learn the next time. All right, you have UN peacekeepers being hired out the butt. I mean, you have all these things going on. You have the media nonstop about non-vaxxers when actually there's a lot of people that have been hurt from it. And that's real data. So why is it criminal to have your own opinion and be like, you know what, right now, I'm not okay with it. I'm just going to wait. And they're like, no, we're going to give you a test. Knowing damn well people have tested goats and fruits and all these other things, and they tested positive. We all know they came from China. Jemima is our best friend. They'll never do anything wrong to humanity. They're the best people ever. Like, not, big boy who don't like to be called. Like, what is it, Winnie the Pooh? I don't know how he laughs. Like, for real, they took down Winnie the Pooh because it offends the China guy. Like, we live in a Captain Obvious world of stupid asses. For real. We do. And, in Sacramento, they even had a brighter idea. God, if people don't wake up to this isn't about humanity and actually caring about people, it's more about control, money, tax you, do this, do that. Okay. Oh, and another thing, the feds are saying, that says COVID relief money entitles them to your vax status. Well, do people know that the Federal Reserve is a private entity? We don't even get to vote on who's in the Federal Reserve. Okay? And these are the people that control everything. So why do the feds get to make all the rules? And who are the little people behind the curtain? I just want to know, like, which little people are behind the curtain calling the scenes? Like, in Wizard of Oz. Like, I can't wait for that day. I just want to know who's behind the curtain at this point. Like, because it would make so much sense once I could put a face with it. So, but also, because of gun violence and all that, they gotta come get your guns, or you gotta pay for the medical care given to people. It's all socialized medicine. It's all socialized medicine. The feds have no right to know anything. Nobody does. It's your own privacy. You should protect your privacy. You shouldn't want people to be all up in your business. And this doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means respect my boundaries, dude. Leave me alone. Like, how hard is that? But no, not these psychopaths. They gotta make sure they fuck it all up. And they just gotta, like, not only fuck it up, but they gotta, like, tear some shit down and go crazy. Yeah. Right here. FEMA camps, dude. For the unvaccinated. My God. And does anybody wonder how we got here? And why we are still here? And why nobody's grown a pair and, like, nutted up? And you saw the way the media just treated Mel Gibson because he saluted Trump. Like, for real, that's, you find that offensive. You know, people, hating our flag, but you got other people carrying it around. I mean, the people going door to door for this vaccine stuff, they're no better than brown shirts. No better. And then, in Sacramento, what they're doing is they're saying that it is basically a crime against humanity, that everybody has the right to housing, right? That everybody should be able to be in their own home. They have the right to be. Basically, what they're saying is, look, all these homeless encampments are screwing with our bottom line and how much our properties are worth. So what we're going to do is we are going to have an innovative way to get rid of this problem. So basically, the government is going to facilitate homeless people, and if the homeless person doesn't go into their new government housing, they will face criminal charges. So basically, you're saying nobody has free will. So if you want to be a homeless bum and just, like, chill on the street corner, not do anything, just collect money, drink your beer, just be a bum. The government's now saying, no, you're an eyesore. You're bringing down our property value. And I'm sure it has something to do with Gavin Newsom when he actually did his photo op. He was picking up trash like he actually cared. Like, gag me, dude. Fucking, ugh. But yeah, so with accommodations at government standards, which, it's probably like jail standards. Yep, they're going to criminalize it. If you do not accept the city's deems to be housing, these progressives, man, the right to housing. But if you refuse the government's offer, you're going to get punished and criminalized. So that could kind of be like homeless, like concentration camps. So they're just going to make these encampments, and the government, well, taxpayers, are going to pay for it. And, wow. And then the government, if you don't do what they say in living in these taxpayer housing facilities, which sounds like a concentration camp to me, you get criminalized for it, meaning you can go to jail, you can get fined. So they're going to make money off of you not obeying. Does anybody pay attention to, like, details? The right to housing. How about smaller government, less taxing, less regulations, let us live our lives, give us our freedom of speech, get rid of big tech, get rid of all these goddamn corporations that are controlling everything, and let's get right. How hard is it for people to just be an adult? My God, life is not this damn hard. Seriously. Like, if I could run for president, I would. Because this would be my policy. Mind your damn business. If you want to be a girl or a boy, that's fine. You pay it yourself. You want to do this, you want to do that, fine. That's your responsibility. Take care of it yourself. Why does everybody think the government is here to give everything to you, but you're not even responsible with what you have? See what I'm saying? We've all become codependent on a government that are sociopathic narcissists and that use fear and intimidation and bullying people. And nobody says anything. Nobody. They just sit back and pay extra money for that gas. That shit pisses me off too. Just like this whole thing with the wobbling moon. Something's up. I don't know. I can feel it in my gut. But I've been talking. Oh, God, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so I did a video last year on how Bill Gates did these like high-tech mosquitoes. You know, they're basically robot mosquitoes to fight malaria. Well, how about in my town, I live in Sugarland, test positive for West Nile, all over the country. We got deadly mosquitoes out now. After Bill Gates released a couple thousand of his little robot fucking mosquitoes. Remember, there was a patent for coronavirus in 2015. Who was supposed to be president in 2016? Clinton. Who was the media and everybody fought? They all loved Trump before, but now look. I mean, it's right in front of your eyes. Not only that, but your whole history's been lied to. You know, it's sad what humanity has come to. But you know what? Live every day like it's your last, seriously, because we're the last country to fall right now. Every other country, they're cutting the internet off, all that. So don't be surprised if our internet gets disabled. I mean, they keep saying all these cyber attacks, this and that. It's kind of like predictive programming because they're saying it's happening, but our own government can do it. Why does everybody trust somebody? I don't understand that. Like, sorry, think for yourself, dude. Anyways, love you guys. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Sweet dreams. Mwah.